Hello, One Big Soul. I'm Josh David Jordan. I'm the writer and director of the upcoming feature film, TONTO por Cristo.
And I'm Jessica Jordan. I'm the producer.
And my wife.
And your wife.
So the TONTO por Cristo is a tale of a holy fool on the coast of Texas. The church may seem as a bit strange and not following the liturgical lifestyle. And the townspeople think he's strange, but in other reasons. Maybe he has some type of spiritual powers. Maybe he can perform miracles. The man's odd.
Through God's strength to pilot me, God's might to uphold me, God's wisdom to guide me, God's shield to protect me, God's hosts to save me from snares.
As an audience member, I hope people think that he's running away from something the whole film. That's being a monk and being in the monastery, but actually he's running to it. He's running to something, and that's the journey. I became Orthodox about 10 years ago, and I was like, well, what if there was a monk on a tiny monastery on the coast of Texas, and we could pull different stories from monks throughout the ages and tell a singular story about one monk, and that's what this is about. The Orthodox Church is so beautiful. If you've ever walked into a cathedral or a chapel, there's iconography everywhere, and there's incense, smell. It's movement, you know, there's the holy doors. It's this constant movement. You're not an audience member, you're participating in the church just by showing up. We're in pre-production, and I feel really lucky. We have some really cool people attached. The lead actor is Matthew Posey. He was in films like No Country for Old Men, True Stories, Magnificent Seven. Chris Bourke, who is my DP on This World Won't Break, has worked in Terrence Malick films. Reno Lauro, who has helped A.J. Edwards, who's Terrence's right-hand person, and Reno got to be a part of Tree of Life. So many filmmakers have touched me beyond belief. As I've grown older, and I've been in the Orthodox Church for 10 years, I'm drawn to films that are not faith-based by any means, but just spiritually for man. They allow you to experience it, they don't tell you. I always watch films and try to figure out like who inspired them. And you know, we're all inspired by these guys who were rebels, like the Terrence Malicks, who made a film like Badlands and never looked back.
Okay, come on you two down, sorry.
They open the door, right? And they say, just look in. And you look in and it's your own experience.
To be 100 years old.
Terrence Malick inspires David Gordon Green, who David Gordon Green inspires David Lowery. Every film sort of has a little bit of all the directors that I love.
Hey man, I got cut out early tonight. I got a show. Bubba's coming out.
Seriously, dude, I got a hot date tonight.
You got a hot date?
Nah, I'm married, dude. Got no hot date. I got your back, bro.
And when I did This World Won't Break, which is about a Texas country singer who doesn't make it, I was 40 years old and I hadn't made it. I thought I was gonna be in Hollywood, and I thought, like we all do, and I felt stuck. And my friend, who's a country singer in Dallas, folk singer, blues singer, he's so amazing, and he hadn't broken through yet. And he was telling me the same story.
No, Wes, nobody's trying to make a record around here. We just do what we gotta do. We all wake up, put our pants on one leg at a time.
So my last film, This World Won't Break, was made for $36,000. The original budget, it was $360,000. Things fell apart. Investors who said that they were gonna be a part of it, almost a week before, just pulled out. I had no money. We had $36,000 to make a full-length feature film. And I remember calling my crew, and I was like, hey guys, you know, unfortunately, don't come down this weekend. We're not gonna start the first phase. And they're like, what's going on? I said, well, we didn't get the funding. It was quiet on the phone.
You have a special talent, Wes. You have a gift, man, I'm serious.
And I was like, ooh, my heart sunk.
Man,
They were like, okay, but we'll see you Friday. And they all were like, yeah, we'll see you Friday. And they're like, Josh, don't worry about the money. We see this film. This is your passion project. Now it's ours.
You don't always have to carry
We would all like to have money. And sometimes I think films have too much money, you know? So I would rather have a team of people around me who see the vision and are enjoying it than having money and people I don't know and a craft services table that 15 people are hanging out at. You know, there's the theme of someone's at the end of the rope or at the end of the life. Everything's a death and a rebirth. Growing up as a preacher's kid, I just didn't go to people that I knew's funeral. I went to everyone who died's funeral, you know. As a young kid, it's a subconscious thing about how much long we have here on this blue marble. I support indie film. When a film comes out by an independent filmmaker, flood the theaters because we need more of that. So One Big Soul, you're probably asking, how can we get involved? You can help be a part of the actual making of El Tonto por Cristo.
You can invest via our investment platform, WeFunder, anywhere from $100 on up. You could also give a tax-deductible donation through our fiscal sponsorship with Film Independent.
The 501(c)(3). Yeah. Investment, tax write-off, and you can also, the third thing is you can share this. You can go to joshdavidjordan.com. All these links are on there. You can watch the proof of concept on there, and you can see our past film, This Roll on Break. Thanks, One Big Soul. That was fun.